The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
So years ago, when I was still living in Lakewood, before I moved back to Brooklyn for the shul, so I was on my way back, and I'm driving down Route 9. And as I'm coming down Route 9, I stop by the red light, and right across the street in Howell, New Jersey, right before Lakewood, there's the big Target. Big, huge Target. Lakewood, Jersey, knows how to put up retail hubs. They got great shopping centers with plenty of parking. Brooklyn doesn't know what anyways. So I'm standing by the red light, and I see something crazy. I see that on the asphalt, on the concrete, right in front of Target, there are a bunch of tents in the parking lot, lined up alongside the front wall of Target. And I'm thinking to myself, what's going on over there? All these tents? And I saw there were people inside the tents. I'm thinking, why are people camping? I'm a camp guy. Why are people camping out in tents in the middle of winter in front of Target in a parking lot? It was appalling to me, to the extent that it caught my interest, and I had to go check it out. And my wife always wanted to know why I came home late. This is tough stuff. I had to figure this out. So the light turned green. In Lakewood, you can't make a left. You got to go to the jug handle and come around the circle, and then go to the other side of the street. It's like a whole chadgadia till you get to the other side. I get to the other side. Finally, I pull into Target. I jump out of the car, and I walk up to this long row of tents. This goes back many years. I'm thinking to myself, what's the deal? So I walk up to one guy, and I say to him, hey, buddy, what's going on? Why are you guys camped out here? He says to me, don't you know? I said, no. You don't know what's in 2 days? No. He says, in 2 days is Black Friday. Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo, Black Friday. I said, oh, okay. So? He said, don't you get it? I said, no. He said, Target's given out for the first 50 people, 5 a.m. They're opening their doors, 5 a.m. I can't get a guy to wake up 8 o'clock for Shachrit. 5 a.m. They're opening up their doors. I said, yeah. And the first 50 people, they're giving away the Wii. Now, you guys don't remember this. This is many years back. The Wii, W-I-I, right? The Wii, it was a Nintendo item, whatever. It was a 3D video game. I'm not going to explain it. I'm too tired. But they were giving out, for the first 50 people that entered the door, the Wii. I said, okay, the Wii, all right. I said, the problem is, though, I told the guy, today's Wednesday. He said, I know. I said, but you told me Friday. He says, yeah, Friday. I said, but today's Wednesday. He says, I know. I said, but Black Friday's on Friday usually, right? He said, yeah. I said, so, wait 1 second. Let me just get this straight. You're going to be here Wednesday night, Thursday night, to Friday morning for a Wii? He said, Wii. Yeah, Wii. I said, you're joking. I said, how much is the Wii? So, you can't even get it. You have to wait on whatever. It's on back order. And I can put it up online. I can get, in a heartbeat, I can get $1,000. I said, oh, okay. I said, but, you're in the cold, in a tent, for 2 nights. That's worth money, no? When I go to a hotel, I don't really go to Motel 6 anymore. I pay money when I go. There's money. So he says, come on. I'm going to make a score. I'm going to get the Wii. I said, okay. I said to myself, it's a guy. All right. Let him knock himself out. Like the Gemara says, let them be busy with this stuff so they're not busy with us. You know what I'm saying? Good. Yeah, Wii. Go ahead. Enjoy. No problem. As I'm walking away, I hear a voice scream out from one of the tents further down the line, Rabbi! I spin around. Rabbi, that's me, usually. I mean, I don't know. This guy unzips his tent, sticks his head out. Rabbi Duvi, is that you? I said, yeah, who? I walk out. An old student of mine, one of the guys. I said, what in the world are you doing here? He says to me, what in the world are you doing here? I said, I live here, bro. What are you doing here? He says, what do you mean? I'm here for the we. I said, Shema Yisrael. You got to be joking. You? He said, yeah, of course. I said, I said to him, you don't mind if I come inside for a minute? He says, Tfaddal, please. Opens the thing. And I get it. I said, can we talk this out together for a minute? He says, yeah. I said, listen, I spoke to the guy. There's a guy. I said, but you? What are you doing here? What are you doing? He says, what do you mean, Rabbi? I have an online business. I'm going to be from the first 50 customers on Black Friday. I'm going to be here. I'm going to get the we. I'm going to put it up online. I'll make $1,000. I said, is it worth it to be outside in the cold 2 nights? I mean, come on, like. He said, Rabbi, they're giving me the we. I said, yeah, but that really justifies. Okay. I said, hey, I wish you the best. I checked out. It was pretty cool. You know, he had a little kerosene lamp. He had a little pan with a little thin kerosene fire thing that you put the beans on and it cooks it. This guy went all out. I wanted to ask him, how much did the tent cost you? How much did you pay for the tent and the kerosene thing and the what's it called with the kerosene lamp? To me, it looked like he spent $1,000 just on the. No, but they're giving me the we for free. Whoa. Okay. So I wish him good night. I leave the tent and I go back into my car and I drive into Lakewood. And my wife says to me, what happened? You're late. I said, well, I don't know how to explain this to you. But on the way home, I drove by Target and there was a whole line of tents. And I bumped into one of my boys from a few years ago. I cannot believe that he's in a tent waiting for Black Friday on Wednesday. She says, seriously? I said, yeah. All right. I sit down, I'm eating supper. I felt guilty. I felt bad. I'm sitting here in a warm house. It was cold that night. It's freezing. I'm sitting in a warm house. I'm eating a hot supper. So I eat this guy's with his baked beans. So I turned to my wife and I said, I can't do this. Pack me up a supper. Just give me everything you got. Just pack me up a supper. She packs me up the whole supper. She says, she says, you're not going back. I say, yeah. She put everything in silver foil, everything. I took all the schnitzel, everything we had that night. I jumped back in the car. I drove back to Target. And sure enough, at that time, Target's closed. The parking lot was empty. It was just the tents and the crickets. And the tents were all lit up with their own kerosene lamps. So I walk up to my guy's tent and I knock on the front door. I knock on the front door and I don't want to say the guy's name. I said, hey, you in there? Zzz. Rabbi, you came back. He's sitting there in the tent with a kerosene lamp. He's eating the beans and he has this book that he's reading and I'm looking at this guy. You're an eagle. What do you do with the chickens? I said, can I come in? He said, yeah, sure, Rabbi. Unzips it. I come inside. I said, I felt very guilty. I want to bring you supper. I was eating a hot supper. I think you're probably freezing, the beans. How many times you could eat beans? So, he was stacked up with cans. He had a whole thing going there. It was like a guy that was living, in World War II. Anyways, so I'm sitting there. I open up the stuff and I hand him the supper. The guy waffed down. He waffed. I mean, after the beans, he waffed down the schnitzel. He waffed down. He wiped out my wife's food. I mean, literally. So I said, I brought a sefer with me. You want to do a little night seder, a little learning? He says, yeah, great, Rabbi. Thank you. So we're sitting there, me and him. We went back to the times of Hillel HaZaken in the cave with the kerosene lamp. And we're sitting there like the Rajbi, we're sitting there in the cave, and we're learning. And we learned the Daf Gemara together. We learned an Amud, together. And we were talking and learning and going back and forth. In the middle of the conversation, he looks at me and he says, this is ridiculous. I said, why do you say it's ridiculous? This afternoon, you were fighting me tooth and nail, explaining to me why this is so justified. Black Friday's in 2 days. He says, this is ridiculous. He says, Rabbi, after I started learning, I realized. I hit the light. I realized, what am I doing here? This is ridiculous. I said, so, you want to come back home with me? I have a nice basement, Maybe tomorrow morning we'll get up to daven together, we'll learn. And he said, yeah. So we both got up, we packed up the tent. It took us 25 minutes to pack up that tent. 25 minutes! I mean, how many pieces this thing has, Lord? With the thing and the strings, and then there's the bending things, and when we untook it almost snapped in somebody's head. It was sakana nefashot to take the thing apart. We pulled the whole thing apart, and when we put it back together, and the people online said to him, if you leave, you lost your place. You're not coming back. We're not going to let you back in place. You're number 27. We're not letting you back in place. We're not holding your place for you. I was laughing at them. You're not going to hold my place for me on this line. Thank God you're not going to hold my place for me on this line. I looked at the kid. I said, thank God they're not going to hold your place for you on this line. You don't belong on this line. He says, thank you, Rabbi, for coming out here. He set my head straight. We got in the car, we went home, we had another meal. The kid was starving. I don't know how long he was out there for. He could have been out there since Tuesday. Living on beans, breakfast, lunch, and supper. It was crazy. But to him it was justified because the Meshugas got into his head. Gotta wake up, Klal Yisrael. Stop settling for shtuyot. Get off the social media. You don't belong there. Do me a favor. Who are you? You're supposed to be Klal Yisrael. You're supposed to be lighting up the world.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org